right, here we are. Welcome everybody to another Adventures in Albion Online. One of my favorite sandbox games. Definitely worth checking out. If you've not checked out Albion Online, you should definitely do that. Click that link right there. It'll take you to Albion. Founders packs are still available. $30 to get you in, $30 to get you started. It's probably going to be the normal price when it launches, but the Founders Pack for $30 will get you started, give you some perks, also give you something pretty important, which is a referral code, which is what I just linked for you. Once you have an account established, you have a referral code, and you can give that to your friends to recruit them into Albion. There are some benefits to the referral code, and the one main benefit is your first referral gives you a donkey, which is an in-game mount that is very similar to a horse, but also very similar to a ox. And what that means is that it's going to be an ox horse. Okay, what that means is that it's going to actually carry lots of stuff for you. It'll travel a little faster than an ox, but maybe not quite as fast as a horse. But it's a really nice first beginner's mount. So that's definitely something that you should think about doing if you're into this game or would like to try this game and get a first mount. That's the easiest way to get one. And here's a really good example of that mount right here, which is a donkey. This is the donkey mount, which is very similar to this mount I'm circling, which is the ox. So with a legendary pack, you get the starting horse and the starting ox. But then again, with a $30 pack, if you can get somebody to use your referral code, you get a free little donkey. And there's other perks that come along with that too as well. I got mail. What does that mean? I got another gold referral. Very nice. And some items sold. Alright, so this is my main character, the most advanced that I have. I also have an alt that I've been playing with. His name's Divinorum. The main character's name is Salvia. And this one is a little more advanced than my alt because I put more time into this character. So my goal today is actually kind of just see how easy it is to get into a dungeon group. And I don't really care about paying the money. I just kind of want to run some open world dungeons with some players. So the other option is actually going to that open world dungeon and just seeing if I can group up. I might do that. And then the other thing is getting into the LFG channel. So the nice thing is that I have two options. I can either play my DPS class or I can play my healer class. And just by switching out the gear, because I've unlocked two sets. Let me repair everything here. Is this the repair guy? It is. It's the repair guy. Also, for those people that have been with me for a long time, I've decided to start streaming to a new service. So not only am I streaming to YouTube, Kitten Girl, how you doing? And Champ on Twitch. I'm streaming to YouTube, and I'm streaming to Twitch. I'm also streaming to Hitbox. And I'm also streaming now to Beam Online, or Beam Pro, I guess that's what it's called. And that is my Beam Pro account right there. I guess I don't really know what the Pro means, but that's the new service that I'm streaming to. I'm streaming to all three services. It looks like because I'm doing that, there is a little bit of delay in the Beam service for me. And typically the chat for Beam I noticed was pretty spot on. Like there was no delay. Well, there's no delay in chat. It's a brand new service. I think it's by Microsoft. Um, Twitch is a really old, archaic technology, and even Hitbox is better than Twitch. The thing that Twitch has is that it's been around longer, and it's more of a the name is more recognized. So that's the only thing better on Twitch. Hitbox is a better service than Twitch. I know that for a fact. And Beam seems to be a step forward in that service just because it's new and creative, and Twitch is just in its old. It's just old and it needs to be updated. You can't post HTML stuff in the chat. It's just an old chat system, an old streaming service. But I streamed all four of them, so I don't really care. I'm going to stream to all four just because I feel like that'll give me more exposure. And some people like one over the other, and it's up to them to decide. All right, so I got my gear all repaired. Switch out into my healer set. Switch out to this is the Founder's Horse, or the Legendary Founder's Horse. So you get this within the Legendary pack. Oh no, this is the 10th referral horse. I'm sorry. What am I saying? This is the 10th referral horse. And basically it's a tier 3 horse that just looks different. I think that's about it. The stats might be slightly different. Movement speed by 45. I don't think it's much different than just the tier 4 horse. But it looks pretty darn cool. There's a direwolf mount. I can afford to buy one, I just can't ride one yet. Alright, so my attempt is not to do the easy route, which is it's a nice thing. They have expeditions in Albion now. And those expeditions are what these are, and you can easily queue up to join a quick adventure. I've gotten a little bored of the tier 4 ones. Maybe tier 5 has some new adventures, and they're not as profitable as the outdoor world. So I was going to mess around with seeing where the closest dungeon was, which I think is right here, the Undead Village. Is that what that is? The Undead City. And see if I can get a group for the Undead City. So let's try the LFG group. That didn't even show up in my chat. What the? Okay, it's probably because I don't have looking for group established in general. Yeah, champ, you know, the only reason why I really get into it, I'm not playing it too hard, but what I really like doing, and I've done this because I've played since the very beginning, since before there was even founder packs. So my character and progress has been wiped probably 10 times. Hey, Death Eater. How you doing, bud? So my progress has been wiped about 10 times, which it gets tiring. But the game has been kind of completely new every time they've updated, and the game's changed quite a bit. So what I really like doing every test is unlocking all tier 4 gear. So what I try to do is get all this row here unlocked, and then I get a general idea of how the weapons and how I want to use Celestine. Hey, bud. How I want to play my character. And so by getting to tier 4, you get a general idea. I know there's other weapons that are past that, etc. Hey, what's up, Grumpy? Hey, check this out, Grumpy. So I know I've gotten past that. There's weapons, etc. past that, but I really like getting to that tier 4 stage, and you can do that in like 1 day playtime. You can, if you put your nose to the grindstone, you can unlock all tier 4 in 1 day, no problem. So it's really not that hard to dabble in it. And then I get a general idea of what's going on, what other players can do to me, what I can do to them, and what I really want to do for the game when the game comes out. I also experimented with my career path, what I want to do for a career, and how I'm going to make money. Of course, I'm not gonna mention that. I'm sure other people are going to do it too, but I've made a choice. I'm going to follow that path to make money, and I tested it out, and it worked. Um, so now I'm going to kind of test out the LFG group. And let me do this. I need to make another chat tab, and I think I can do that. So, new tab, LFG. LFG is just going to be straight up LFG. And then my general tab can get rid of LFG. Help tab is just help. Combat is showing combat. Guild, party, LFG. Okay, so now I have LFG tab. Now I can see what's going on.
Looking for guacamole?
Hey, what's up, Lumpy? All right,
Hello.
so SCG Punisher in Twitch asks, "Yo, you think this game will make? You think they will make this game free to play?" Okay, so Punisher, their intent was to make it free to play, and they backed off. Now, the reason why they did that, I think, is because, of course, they need funding, and also they're preventing gold spammers from making unlimited accounts and spamming us to buy gold. So they've eliminated that. So you can purchase the game right now for $30, and you can play forever for free. So it is free to play. Now, there's a system within the game where you can buy premium using in-game currency. So you can collect silver, you can trade silver for gold, you can use gold to get premium so you can take advantage of the full features of the game. The premium features, what they do for you is, let's see if I can find that here. Premium gives you these main benefits plus these additional benefits. So premium is learning points, bonus Destiny fame, bonus silver, bonus gathering yield. Also, you get that crafting focus, double crop yield, double farm animal growth, and then half mark attacks. So if you're going to play this game seriously, you should go premium. And you can do that with currency, in real life currency or in-game currency. Hey, what's up, Toxic? How you doing, man? So there is an initial $30 cost, unfortunately, but after that, it is a free-to-play game. What's Lumpy doing?
Oh, not much. I was wondering what you were broadcasting because it said one thing and I logged in. You were in Albion. I was just checking. What you up to? Besides Albion, I mean, just having a good life, I hope.
What did it say in one thing, you mean?
Well, it said something at first, but then when I logged in, it was Albion, so I was just confirming.
Because I thought I changed them all, and sometimes I don't, and then it says I'm streaming something else. But
yeah, I
pretty
think at
sure
first,
it all says Albion.
it flashed up you were playing, I think, Elite Dangerous, but then it to Albion.
Was that on Twitch or what?
That was on Hitbox.
Oh, because Hitbox is being a little punk.
Yeah, Hitbox is being weird about change.
Like, it took me several times to change it. Let me see what the dashboard says. No, it says Albion. Video input's okay. Huzzah! Are founders free to play, or do founders have to pay more money? No, huzzah. Once you become a founder, the $30 will get you the game for the rest of your life, and you never have to pay again. And that's my referral code. So anybody that's interested, I suggest that once you get an account, use your referral code, send it out to your friends, and then you can get with your first referral a donkey, which is a really nice mount to have. Darkblade TV. So premium is just a one-time $30, correct? And then you can keep your account going with gold to be premium. Your $30 purchase, I think, gives you 1 month premium. You can also join the game on the 3rd day. So I think with the legendary access, you get first day access. Then there's the epic pack, you get 2nd day access. And then the regular founder gets 3rd day access. I'm getting first day access, but I'm not too concerned about being top dog. So I'm just going to kind of enjoy the experience.
I'm excited to play when it eventually launches. I might actually come play in one of these betas. I'm kind of over the betas.
Well, this is the last beta, Lumpy, before it launches in July 17th. So
it is launching in July 17th?
They announced it. So to get
Oh,
in
cool.
and actually play the game now is going to be your closest experience to actual launch. All right, so I see looking for more heals for Tier 4 Fame Farm. A Ferndale Blue Dungeon, Whisper 4 invite. So let me see if I can get an invite. All right, so I whispered that guy, hello, Tier 4 healer, will travel. I don't care how much it costs me to get there. I'll pay the money. I just want to check out these new dungeons, basically. All right, so what zone are we in? Okay, so get to different zones. I gotta go talk to the Limehurst and Ferndale. I really don't know what that is, so that's gonna kind of suck to look for it. I'm actually go to the menu here and see. Okay, there's Limehurst. That was easy. Cost me $3.5 to get there, though. Okay, so where is everybody? Limehurst, Ferndale, right there. South. All right, that was easy. Got in a group quick. Figured out how to get there pretty quickly. Once you come in, take a right. So I'm into Ferndale. Take a right? Are they already in the dungeon? They must be already in the dungeon. Wonder if they got wiped and were spamming for a healer. The term buy to play as a model Albion online is, yeah. I actually wanted it to be free to play because it would attract more people, but then it also attracts more douchebags. So, I mean, a $30 right now, I don't know what it's going to be at launch, but I think it's going to be $30 at launch. But to me, $30 isn't that much. When you can, it's like dinner and a movie. You know, go out for dinner and a movie. It's like 3 hours of entertainment, easily $30.
I don't
That's it.
know.
That's if you go to Taco Bell too, right?
I don't know. I don't know if I get the steak XXL burrito, I might put out.
Oh, you're just worried about hey, you have to put out or not. I'm just worried about if it's worth it.
I always worry about whether I got to put out. America,
America.
you're evaluated on 7 different distinguishable qualities the minute you leave your house sexually by everyone you.
All right, so the big dungeon. Oh, goddamn tree! I didn't even see that guy. Yeah, Rage the 17th. It'll be out. No more wipes, I don't believe. Unless they feel like they have to. Frame Slim Shady. What's this game all about? This game is basically it's a sandbox MMORPG that's very similar to EVE Online, where there's lots of risk versus reward. It's player crafting, so everything's crafted by players. Everything's built by players. Everything's regional resource controlled. So it's pretty much kind of like Ultima Online. Oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. I went inside, I went to the left. I gotta focus. So I'm a healer class, and I'm headed into what's the Titan equivalent? What's like Ultima Online meets Diablo meets EVE Online. What do we got here? Rocks? Shit, I'll take that shit. Does it get boring? I've been playing it for 2 years in beta, and I haven't got bored of the game yet. I've gotten a little tired of getting wiped. But there's so many options in this game. You are what you wear, so that's your character class. And there's like 4 different main sets with 3 pieces. Oh shit, really? What the hell's going on? With 3 pieces each. And each piece has a different kind of spell on it. So the combinations of things that you can do in this game and the combinations of classes are crazy. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Is it solo friendly? Yes, Huzzah. You can solo all your way to the end game. Is it intended for solo players? Not really. It's really a group social game, and that's what I'm here. I'm doing a dungeon run with a group of players. Yeehaw. All right. I got to change a spell, though. I got to change this spell to that. All right, it confuses me because there's people that are in the group but not here, and I'm trying to heal them. Do you mind explaining what you're doing while you're playing? No, I don't mind at all, bud. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going through I think this is a tier 4 dungeon with a group of players. I am the healer class, so my job is to keep them alive. So I'm going to be casting healing spells on them. And it's basically the trio. There's tanks, there's DPS, there's healers. There's a little bit of crowd control. Did the guy just drop? these guys are doing bad. Am I the only healer? What the hell was that all about? No, you're not forced to. You can do guilds. This is an open world dungeon, so it's a lot harder but more rewarding. There is instant-based, in a sense, sign-up pub groups that you can join. Those can be either brutal or good, but those are for people that have kind of less time to play. Is there non-consensual PvP like Eve? In a sense, yes. So there is security status like Eve, but in this game, there's 100% safe zones. So unlike Eve, there is areas where you can get ganked. But in this game, there's basically the world map. And on the world map, there's the Kings and Queens land. And there's green zones. And in those green zones, you really can't get PvP'd. And then there's the yellow and red zones. And those yellow and red zones, there's more risk but more reward. And yes, you can get PvP'd there. But in the Kings and Queens land, they lose faction or standing. So they become murderers and they get kicked out of the green land and have to eventually live in these either just red or black. Yes, you could. You could just go live in the dark, in the black zones, Dark Blade, and PvP. And when you're in the dark zone, you can travel to the red and yellow zones and run around and just kill people. And it's full loot PvP, so in the black zone, you take all their loot. In the yellow and red zones, it's a little different. So I'm a little focused right now on keeping the group alive, so please just ask questions and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. But I can't let the group die. And we do have another healer with us. I think he's just the guy right here, the Holy Staff. No, wait. This guy right here with the Holy Staff. Man 1K. Alright, so I'm a pirate in Eve, and I think it's kind of lifestyle. Oh, dude, you can definitely be a pirate in this game, in a sense. You can take all their loot in the red and black zones, or in the black zones, yes. The game's intended to be full loot PvP, so you, in a sense, just like in Eve, you only win what you can afford to lose. So if you can't afford to lose it, you shouldn't be wearing it. Bought 2 comes a while back for my son and I. Oh, Rage and Blaze, nice, dude. I remember you from a while back. I have 2 accounts as well. So in the game, there's local banking, local resources, local auction houses. So in this game, you can even be a merchant trader where you buy in one market, transport it to another market, and sell it for profit. So you can just be a trader and just live your life in towns, traveling from town to town, selling wares, buying low, selling high. You can play the gold and silver market. You could be an owner of a store in a town, and that store is a crafting station. And you can charge people taxes to use your crafting, high-level crafting station, and or repair station, and or stables to do your horses. Do people role play? Yes, some people do role play. I like role playing occasionally. Is there autopilot? No autopilots. Nope. There is fast travel. It costs more money with the higher level gear you're wearing. So if you're naked, fast travel is free. If you have gear on you, it's expensive. If you have really good gear on you, it's super expensive. So that prevents people from buying in one place and traveling for free. And yeah, there's a sandbox. Black Desert's a lot of fun in its own way, but to me, it just kind of gets really mind-numbingly repetitive. And in this game, you have options to switch it up. You can do dungeon runs, resource runs, PvPing, crafting, politics. Hey, Eclifted, what's up, dude? Yeah, there's lots of really fun features in this game, and I think there's enough from everybody. From the hardcore PvPer to the very casual player. So I really refer to this game as a casual, hardcore PvP game with risk versus reward. Everything is player crafted. Local resources, local economies, local politics, local conflicts. I'll show you the map here when I get a second. The map's pretty big. So this is the Kings and Queens continent right here. This is where PvPing doesn't happen much. And then up here is the black zones, and this is where all the PvP happens. Well, kind of like in this game, if you want to compete in PvP early on, you want to be like the best early on, then yeah, it's going to take a lot of effort. But I can see this game lasting years, kind of like EVE Online does. And after years, there's kind of going to be a balanced playing field, and it's going to be more like League of Legends, where it's a more competitive, type game. I mean, there's lots of skill shots later on with some of those higher level skills. There's a lot of different type of skill shots, a lot of different type of builds, a lot of different type of 5 versus 5 group makeups that you can, do to counter somebody else's 5 versus 5. So I think there's quite a bit to this game. In even like the esports competitiveness and in role playing and espionage and politics. Okay, so what's happening right now? By killing monsters, you get fame in this game. And what fame does is it unlocks things within your destiny board. So these little highlights you're seeing pop up on my screen are me unlocking the next level sets of gear. And they have a learning point system in this game, is that you get learning points over time if you're premium. And with those learning points, you can invest into skills once you've leveled them up to a certain point. Once they reach, I think, 1/3 of their fame, it unlocks it and allows you to use learning point to be able to speed up your progression. Of course, the higher level stuff costs more learning points, so it kind of slows you down as you go. But what that kind of does, it's almost like an offline progression system. The casual player, if they're premium, will be able to maintain or keep up with the hardcore player to a certain extent. And all that learning point stuff I really can't show you now because it's within the learning tree, and I can't look right now. I'm too busy healing. But that's the basis of the game. Whatever you're wearing, the more fame you get while wearing or using that item unlocks the next level or a higher power of that item. So you definitely are what you wear in this game. And yes, you can unlock everything, but it's going to take a really long time. So, okay, so premium is basically pay to win. I wouldn't say that. It's pay to win sooner. But it's more of a convenience. It allows you to unlock skills and use higher level gear sooner, yes. But it doesn't necessarily make you win. The 5 versus 5 matches are really competitive. And the difference between tier 4 gear and tier 5 gear is very minimal. And the way the game's set up, there's defender bonuses, and you get negatives for being an aggressor and attacking. So a lot of it is balanced in the way the system is set up for the attacking and defending of territories. And it feels like it's pay to win, but it's definitely, and in my opinion, pay to win sooner. But in the end, it all washes out. So if you want to be aggressive and pay to win, then you can do that. But here's the other thing. You can use in-game currency to become premium. So you're not paying real money. You're spending time to play the game, and you're using in-game currency to choose to go premium. So people that don't have money can do it that way if you have more time. People that have more money but less time can choose to be premium. And it kind of balances out the... I don't want to say no-lifers because that's really bad, and I kind of wish I was a no-lifer. But it balances out the no-lifers, which I really wish I was, to the people who have full-time jobs and can't put in the time. So it puts in a little bit of buffer and a balance in between those. But I really don't feel like it's pay to win. So, Huza, I hope that answered your question and on the premium and how it is, but it isn't pay to win. And that, yes, you can compete by buying the game and never putting any money into it. You can be competitive. Oh yeah, no, anytime. I love, my main thing is engaging with community and answering questions. So if there's anybody there that has any questions, oh, he got wrecked. Feel free to ask. Holy shit! Look at these skeletons coming. That was a little intense moment. What is monthly price for premium? I don't think they've announced it yet. But I'm assuming it's going to be $10 a month. That's my assumption. All right, we just got wiped. That was pretty brutal. So let me show you. It costs for 30 days of premium 2,500 gold pieces. So I think they're going to have a way to buy gold off the internet in a sense. And by doing that, you can use gold, I think, for premium. And I think they're going to do lots of like cosmetic items like skins. And then, of course, there's the in-game economy with the silver gold exchange. So you can collect silver. You can exchange it or sell it to people who want gold, vice versa. And it's all based off of supply and demand of gold and silver. Wall, how you doing, man? You know, I don't stream as much as I'd like to. I've not seen any of the AI system, Ichlithid, but I'm pretty excited about it because that was one of my biggest complaints about the game is how stupid NPCs are and how PvP and PvE were so vastly different. And I'm hoping with the new AI system in EVE, they'll become a lot more similar, if that makes any sense. I've been pretty good, man. Really busy whilst working at my full-time job, so that's why I'm not streaming so much. And then I do a lot of fishing now. I'm on a fishing team. I do a lot of kayak fishing. I'm just having a blast, man. Life's been great. I just wish I had more time. Hey, what's up, Wakalak? Bagel sounds really delish right now, actually. Kind of starving Marvin. go get some bagels. The new suns look amazing. I kind of agree with you. Here's the other thing. All the graphic updates in EVE Online is not going to change the fact that it's a very static world, Icklefid. The planets don't orbit. Nothing moves, nothing orbits. And to me, Elite Dangerous is phenomenal. You know why? Because everything moves and everything orbits. And to me, I've been playing Elite Dangerous. I don't know if I'm going to go back and play Eve, you know? It's just like, that's how much fun I think Elite Dangerous is in its current state. Like, to me, Eve is just so much of a chore to get into and play and maintain that it's really hard to just sit down and enjoy a small session of Eve. And it's pretty easy just to kind of jump in and enjoy the Elite Dangerous experience. And not only that, but the things you do in Elite Dangerous make a difference socially, economically, and politically. And that's from every single mission to every single transaction that you do within the game. So to have that experience of a dynamic world that changes based on what you do, and then go back and play Eve where you can save the princess billions of times and it doesn't make a difference, is kind of discouraging. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that the turn and shoot is more of an arcade style for Elite Dangerous, but the Eve combat is basically RTS. You make your ship do things, and you're never actually doing them yourself. You just make your ship do stuff. So the RTS combat in Eve is fun, but after a while the RTS gets boring, and I really want to feel like I'm in the ship, and I really want to feel like I'm exploring a universe. And Eve doesn't do that for me in the same sense that Elite Dangerous does. But I think Eve Online is awesome. It's definitely top notch. And Eve and Elite are so different but so similar. I mean, you can definitely play both games. And I activated all my accounts on Eve to when it went free to play, sort of. And I learned all my free to play skills I didn't have, and that's about as far as I got. I just didn't have the urge to really log in and play. Yeah, I'm still scared of Star Citizen. It's gonna be the next No Man's Sky. But worse. Yeah, Rage, I agree. Good old classic MMO where you can get sucked into and really feel like you're the character, really feel like you belong in the world. I mean, Albion has been the closest I've ever felt in a really long time to that experience. But again, Albion's not perfect either. What size of the game file for download? It's pretty darn small. This game is intended to work on tablets, so it's a pretty small download. I can actually play this game on my phone, even though my phone overheats and the battery runs out really fast. I can actually, you know, my Galaxy S6 or something like that, I've logged on and played with my phone. But it's intended for tablets, PCs, and of course the Android and Apple when it releases. That guy's guild's name is Bong Lords. I like it. And they did bring out Eve Valkyrie. That's fairly new. Eve Valkyrie is a VR version of Eve Online, but not massive multiplayer, etc. It just kind of puts you in the experience of being in a big battle in Eve. There's also Dust 512 or whatever. They were supposed to remake Dust and bring it out for the PC. That's the last I heard. And that's the last projects that I remember CCP working on. Teddy back home, what's up, man? Oh, Dust finally got shut down? Reason I never played Dust is because it looked so terrible on my PlayStation, I could barely see anything. Yeah, Walsh, I agree with you. I'm so over this Kickstarter thing. Albion Online's like one of the only ones I've been glad that I have kickstarted in like a really long time, to be honest. No regrets with Albion so far, but other games, just ton of regret. Repopulation, Rust. Yeah, Kickstarters ruin video games, everybody. That's my thing. Hashtag Kickstarters ruin video games. Yeah, who's I'm trying to think of the last Kickstarter I did. Of Kings and Men. That was pretty bad. I fell for it. I think that was the last Kickstarter that I... Hype train and promises of what the game could be. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What is that? Ark Survival? Ark Survival DLC content. The game's not even done yet. Yeah, exactly. The ladies can save them all up for the ladies so you don't get mad. No use getting mad over video games. Takes all the fun out of it. So anybody watching have any questions, feel free to ask away. I love responding to chat. So I'm currently streaming to 4 services: Twitch, Hitbox, YouTube, and Beam now. So in any of those interfaces, I should be able to see your questions. So, um, my main interaction with this game is to introduce people to the game, answer questions about the game, and yeah. I like the game so much that I just like doing that. So. Yeah, Teddy back home. I got a full-time job and I can't stream as much as I used to anymore. I used to stream full-time. I tried to make that my career or my job or my hobby, and it didn't really pan out. Bills just kind of stacked up, and I ended up using, a lot of my retirement money to stay active. But no regrets. I had a blast. I'd do it again. I'm gonna try to stream more, and I only stream games that I like. I don't stream games that I don't like because that's just against my rules. And so if there's no games out that I'm not liking and I'm not feeling it, I just don't stream. Huzzah, it was like that, man. It was pretty close. I put a lot of money into the stream, a lot of time. I did the 365-day challenge. I streamed for probably 380 days, maybe even 400 days straight, without missing a single day. And I streamed between 6 and 8 hours a day. At one point, I had up over 300 people watching me at a time, and 300 plus consistently, and they wouldn't make me partner. It was so weird. Took a lot of incentive out when they were making other people partner who had boobs. here's one of the bosses. This boss fight should be fun. What is it, a warrior? Oh, it is. Big boss. Ouch. Oh, I got stunned. Oh, did I die? Nope. Oh, I was. I just got wrecked. Yeah, Chitosi, I agree, but I played Eve online. I guess Eve's not very popular, too. But yeah, they were all about ad revenue. I didn't have the boobs for the revenue. I totally got wrecked. I stood too close to do my circle heal. And I got dropped. Come on, guys, take him out. Oh, he still has 18,000 hit points. Yeah, I felt, Chitosi, that I was right on the wave of Eve streaming becoming popular. I mean, I streamed it every single day. You know, and then a lot of it, too, was like the Eve giveaways and stuff like that. All right, we're going to get another shot here. All right, we're going to give this one more try. Yeah, I think back when I was streaming Chitosi, there was probably an average of 15 to 20 people that would stream Eve. And that was always fun because like new players would stream it and you could like raid their channel and stuff like that. It was, you know, it was a really good experience. Dude, this is a burly fight. Oh man, I stood still to heal. Hey, Moddington. You should use the Druidic staff if you use nature staffs. I am using the... Might not have it unlocked, Crypex. We'll have to look, though. Oh, I can use the tier 4 one. I'll have to try that, Crypex. Look at the E. After 3 seconds, though, that's a pretty good, decent heal. I'll have to give that a try. You are killing us by moving him back and forth. Stand in one spot and the healer's got you. Yeah, the tank was like moving around. I had a really hard time, and then he pulled him over into the corner, right? Just having the hardest time ever. Tritosi. Do you have to work tomorrow, or is it all gaming? If it's all gaming, just stay up, dude. Just game the whole time. Tank, just take it all. Make sure the boss doesn't face us. At 50%, he starts spawning those hands that come up. I keep getting stuck trying to heal and getting stuck on the hand. Eat more candy. Dude, I want some candy. And drink some more beer. I think this Bong Lord guy is too stoned. He's fucking it up for us. It's all about being the right amount of stoned. He's just ripped. God damn it, I got stuck healing. Damn, he died. Tank's down. This boss is fucking hard. Hey, this is a hard boss. Still celebrating 420. So, Crypex, obviously you play this game. I've been playing since there was one town, 5 zones, I think was one starting area, 5 zones in one city. Before there was even founder packs, I was playing Albion. I think I even might have some YouTube videos of that back in the day. Yeah, I've been a GM before. I've gotten paid commission from them streaming. So I've had a lot of experience with this company, and I really love the company. I love everybody who's in it. Love their I love their vision. So I think it's been like 2.5 years or something. Damn it, I got stunned. I didn't even try moving. Oh, we're doing a lot better this time. Oh, I got stunned again. There we go. Bam. Celebrand, what's up, man? That was pretty sweet. I just unlocked a bunch of shit right there. I don't care who you are. What did it drop for me? Oh, snap. Tier 5 little fucking things. It's pretty sick. Guess game's over, huh? That was worth it. I celebrated 420 by reporting my neighbors. Yeah, thanks, Celebrand. I actually started up a new service. I'm streaming on Beam now. Today's my first day on Beam. When did this beta start? I can't quite remember the date, but I think it was March something. It's been going for about, I don't know, a month and a half or something. It's $30 to get in now. You can get in, try out the game. You can always upgrade your package if you really feel like it. Giggity, I said package. So you can upgrade if you really want to, but in my opinion, $30, you're gonna get more entertainment out of this than a dinner and a movie. And then once you get an account, then you have a referral link. And even with the $30 account, if you get one referral, then you get a starting mount, which I think is totally worth it. Ah! Dude, a wolf, a tree, and an undead skeleton. That's pretty diverse. Yeah, the day you tell your girlfriend you need a package upgrade, she doesn't care how much it costs. So I probably spent more money getting here and then going back. But it's beta, so I don't really care. I just wanted to come try out, some random dungeon. Seemed to work out pretty good. I got in a group pretty quick, but of course I did the healer or DPS. That's why I like doing both, is because if I can't get a group as DPS, which is my PvP setup, then I ask for a healer group. So local banks, local auction houses, local resources. The world map, I'm over here on this side now, and I was over here on this side in the Glenmore region. So this is the royal continent where if you murder people, you lose reputation, and eventually you get kicked out, and then you have to live your life out on these continents out over here. But within this continent, there's the different biomes, so you can see, the desert, the swamp, the steppe, mountain, and the forest. I think are all of them, maybe. Anyway, they all have different resources in them, so the scarcity of those resources create trade. And right in the center, we have Carleon, I guess that's how you say it, Carleon, which is like the main center city of the entire world, or this area, but it's surrounded by red zones. So these zones theoretically are PvP zones along with the yellow zones, which you can tell because it'll have a little icon here. And then, of course, these blue zones are the safe zones. So you go from blue to yellow to red, and that's as worse as it gets in the Queensland. Once you work your way out here, this is the black zone. This is where no rules, anything goes. Black zone. So, and this is also where clans fight over territory. Zone, a certain clan owns this area, and as you can see, they've built a bunch of houses out here. Really? That's a lot of houses. I didn't know that there was like a thing now. I guess they've opened up the building areas quite a bit, so you give more options as to what you want to place there. I like that. It's like more like a little tiny city. And see, and then going out of the map, you can see who owns it by the flag. There is the symbol of the person who owns the city. So these are all player-owned territories out here in the woods. One of the neat thing when you click on the map is that you can it shows you what resources are in this area. So because this is a mountainous area, it has no, or because this is a desert area, it has no wood, it has no stone, but it has a lot of iron or ore, has a lot of fiber, and it has a lot of hides. So when collecting resources, you can always check your local map of where you want to hunt. So I'm over here in this area. What's going on in this area here? It's got wood, stone, and hides. Alright, but I think I'm going to take a little quick ride. And see, I've been streaming for about an hour and a half. I'm trying to keep my streams a little shorter and smaller. I used to do like 6-hour streams that were pretty intense. Now I'm just trying to keep them short and sweet, kind of theme-based. And today's theme was to pug group. Do they have Eve-like mining? No, they don't. So everything in this game is a resource node. So when you go to areas that have resource nodes, the higher level resource The less amount of materials are in there, and the slower it responds. And so, in a sense, it's kind of like Eve, where you have to go to areas of high level resources. You have to be able to harvest them when they have resources in them. So if somebody just harvests them, they're not going to be anything there, and they grow slowly over time based on the higher quality. And also, the higher quality resources are in the more higher level PvP zones. So it's risk versus reward. So that's very similar to Eve. You really can't AFK mine. It's all going around and clicking. And then once you have the ore, um, and the ore's resources, of course, is based on specific zones and specific risk. Once you have that ore, then you have to transport it via ox to a auction house to be able to sell it. So there's lots of aspects that are very similar to Eve. The only difference is that you don't really shoot an asteroid and you're able to walk away from the computer and come back later and then unload your shit type of situation. So it's a little more hands-on, but in a sense, there's lots of similarities. All right, so now that I'm out of that dungeon, now I can kind of show you the Destiny board. So the Destiny board consists of, on this left-hand side here, all this yellow stuff, this is all combat. So there is the wizard side, which has magic staffs and then cloth armor. And then this generally branches out into more different things. So there's the spell book, there's the warlock staff, there's the frost mage, there's the arcanist, there's the holy staff, there's the fire mage. Okay, and then after that, you come across the armor types, which is there's 3 different types of cloth types. They are the scholar, the fiend, or the druid, and cleric and royal. So I guess there's a couple more. But anyway, there's several different types of armor within each armor type, and each armor type has 3 different pieces. And then there's like the offhand torch. This is the quarterstaff. Then we have daggers, druid staff, the spear, the bow. This is your expedition line. So the higher this goes up, the higher expeditions you can run. Then it goes into armor. There's 3 different armor pieces, and each piece has 3 or 4 different types. Then we got shields, and then crossbows, hammer, mace, one-hand axe, sword, and then it goes into plate mail. And not only does it have these ones, but once you level up to like tier 5, it unlocks other options too as well, like this carving sword. So there's a lot more weapons as you start tiering up. But I'm just gonna go through the tier 4 because it's kind of like my version of the basic starting gear. And then there's the armor. Okay, and then so that's the basic gist of it. There's 3 pieces of armor and typically a main hand and offhand item you can use unless the item's two-handed. And then you can assign certain abilities and certain skills depending on what type of armor or weapon you're using. And so there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different types of combinations of what you can be within this game. And you can unlock them all. And then out here at the very end, these are the masteries. So it pretty much, I think, shows all the different weapons. So there's like two-handed axes and halberds and morning stars and cleavers and hammers and crossbows, one-handed, dual-wielding. So there's a lot of different things out on this end. And this end is the mastery. So I was in that dungeon, and by gaining fame, I was able to get some mastery in Nature Staff Combat Specialist. By having mastery in that, not only is there Nature Staff, but then there's these other staffs, which is the Wild Staff, and then the Great Nature Staff. By having those masteries in them, they give you bonuses to your gear. And then here is the fame meter. When you get up to this level right here, then you can use learning points. or you can keep grinding fame. And as you can see, I just kept grinding fame and grinding fame and grinding fame. And so now it only costs me 1 learning point to be able to unlock that ability. And I use that 1 learning. Now I'm at mastery level 6, and I can now progress towards mastery level 7. And I probably have quite a few of these maybe to unlock because I was doing that dungeon run. And let's unlock these. So this is going to make me better at what I'm doing or what I choose to be, basically. So I was wearing a full set of claws. I was also holding the druid staff, and I was also holding a spell book. It's over here. So that looks like that one just automatically unlocked. And then you go down here. So that's the mastery. Now this, so that not only does the talent tree go outwards, but it also goes upwards. So it's a 3D talent tree. So it seems it's a lot more complicated than it looks. And by going up the talent tree here, you go from mastery level 1 to 100. So hopefully soon I will be mastery level 10, and I can start using tier 5 gear. And then it gets kind of more complicated in that is that each tier gear from tier 4 up has stages. So there's some rare tier 4 gear that is just as good as tier 5 gear. So you can stay in tier 4 gear and still beat somebody in tier 5 gear. So it gets a little complicated in that aspect. But I'm going to learn this up. Now I'm at level 7. 3 more mastery levels and I'll be able to use tier 5. When tier 5 pops in, it kind of unlocks a couple different options as well. So it doesn't really make you that much stronger. I mean, it does, but the difference between the tiers isn't very dramatic. And really, what it really does is just gives you more options. So that is the fighting side of the Destiny board. Let's see, do I need to unlock anything else here? Yep. Working my way up to be able to use that tier 5 gear. And up at the very top here, I have 545 learning points. You gain learning points over time. I haven't been using them and spending them like I should because I'm waiting for launch. Of course, you get all this stuff back at launch. So it's really good to get in and test the game and kind of see how you're going to play or, what your plan is. All right, so that's the combat side of the Destiny board. We'll go clockwise. Let's just go clockwise here. And then this is the center column here is like your adventurer line. And as you work up the adventurer line, you're able to build better buildings, use better demolition hammers, and ride better mounts. So currently, I can only ride mounts of this quality, which is tier 4. So I now buy and also use tier 4 mounts. I have this much more to go, very close, to be able to ride tier 5 mounts. And then after that becomes the tier 6 mounts, which I'll be able to ride the Saddle Direwolf. Very cool rare mount, craftable by players. All right, so that's up the adventurer tree. And then off to the right, we have what's the crafter's tree. And so if you're going to craft weapons, melee weapons, you follow this tree. Not only does it branch once, but it branches again. So you really have to focus on what type of weapon you want to craft unless you plan on spending tons and tons of time grinding out tons and tons of stuff. So there's the melee weapon, and then there's the bows, which kind of goes into the these crafting. So this crafting I think also includes armor. Yeah. So this is like the warrior crafting. This is like the ranger / leather crafting line. And then this is the mage / spell line. And they all branch out into multiple branches. And then from there we get into what is called the toolmaker line. Toolmaker is able to make bags, and then they also get down and start focusing on all the crafting tools, and that does include capes, bags, and demo hammers. And then this is the harvesting line, or I'm sorry, the refiner's line. So if you want to just, once the wood's cut down, if you just want to make planks out of it, that could be your profession just in itself. And you could just work your way down the plank cutting line or the tanning line or the smelting line. And then over here is the harvesting resources. And what I chose to do is just to do skinning. So I skin hides and I take those raw hides and I sell them at the market to make money. And not only that, but then there's the farming line here. The farming line consists of raising animals, growing crops, and then this is herbalist. So this is growing specific crops for making maybe potions. And then here you have the alchemy line, and then you have the chef line. So there's quite a things to do within the game. There's many things to advance, and then to unlock this full Destiny board, very similar to Eve Online. If you were to be able to do everything on Eve Online, I think it was like 10 years of skill gain, something like that. Anyway, I don't know exact, but to do that in this game as well, it would take you quite a bit of time to be able to make that achievement. So that is the Destiny board. That was me advancing my character. Let me head back to the town I'm living in. This town's shaped a little differently, so where is the traveler? Also, these NPC cities have territories within them that you can claim and then rent, and then you can build your own shop. So all these buildings on the outside are player-owned shops, and by going there, you have to pay taxes to use that shop. So, and some people put up a house. I don't really see the benefit in doing that. And another feature they have in this game, Knights Templar. The other feature they have in this game is private islands and guild islands. I think that's this dude. So this is the guild island. The guild island is pretty much like your safe spot for your guild staging area. In the guild island, you can put buildings, you can grow crops, you can raise animals, and that's what I'm doing all right now on the guild island, is testing out kind of like their new feature. This is a building in progress. That's a chef's building. I haven't finished building that up because I've been super lazy. But then from there, this is the guild island, and you can travel by boat to your own personal island. What? This island I was just at. Oh, that's my personal island, duh. That was my personal island. Sorry, this is the guild island. Guild island comes with a bank. It also comes with bigger territory. You can't build farming lands and or livestock raising pens on guild land. You can only do it on private land. So that's private land kind of has that niche. And so guild land, you can have crafting stations, guild houses, etc. You can do a lot of different things with the guild land. And any guild can do a guild island. So. And then, of course, guild islands are locally based. So if you buy your guild island in Martlock, you're stuck in Martlock unless you want to pay lots of money traveling between areas. But that's what's going to create the politics, the regional resource trading, the crafting and refining of local resources in specific areas to make the whole economy in the game work. All right, so I think I'm going to end my stream here unless anybody has any further questions. Again, I appreciate everyone being with me. Anybody new that checked me out on Beam, thanks for being here. This is That's the referral link for Albion. So please use my referral link. If you like my channel, want to check me out on Beam, please check me out on Beam. I also do Hitbox and YouTube. YouTube, you can always, I think, search for Chronic Gamer TV. That's where I'm going to keep all my old videos. I'm not too concerned about keeping any old VODs on Hitbox or Twitch or whatever. So, I'm mainly kind of a YouTube person, and I think I'm going to stay with YouTube mostly. But I'm trying to just reach out to other branches as well. So again, thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate you hanging out with me. If you followed, liked, subscribed to my channel, you guys rock. Thank you so much. Also, if you're on YouTube, leave comments below. I do respond. I enjoy chatting. It's one of the reasons why I love streaming is the interaction. So let's make that happen, folks. And again, we'll see you all later. Peace out.